The most important thing is not to live, but to have a reason to live. That's a quote from Jean Genot, a French writer.
Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to Detroit Become Human for our 4th live stream of our subscriber special. I still don't really know what to call it. It doesn't sound right saying it the way I do, but I can't think of another way to call it. But welcome back. We are back this evening with Detroit Become Human, where you guys are in control. You guys make the decisions, and you depict how the story goes. I am just the button pusher, if that makes sense. It sounded better in my head than it probably did coming out loud, to be honest. But good evening, good evening. Everyone's well. I can see someone's in chat. Bear with me. I can't see it while I'm doing the YouTube side, so I'll catch up with that in a second. But yes, I hope everyone's week's been good. I hope your weekend is all that you wanted. I am struggling a little. To put it bluntly, I can barely walk on my left foot currently. We knew it was going to happen at some point. I just kind of thought the tablets would kick in, all the new medication and stuff we're taking would help. Currently, feels like I'm walking on a broken ankle, which, admittedly, the damage inside it is, but it's not as simple as that. When it is broken, it's like, I don't view it as broken. I view it as damaged. But it's causing me a few issues. Luckily, I don't have to stand up while we stream, so that's a bonus. Good evening, Crazy Irishman. Hope you're well. Good evening to the wife as well. Thank you for the like. Much appreciated, whoever that was. So, Detroit Become Human tonight. Last time out, we did quite a bit. I'm trying to remember offhand what we actually achieved. I think it was quite a bit, wasn't it? Sorry, YouTube's been slow updating the thumbnail. I can actually have a look back at what I typed afterwards. We learned a lot more about Hank and his views. We saw a lot about how androids were treated by others. We escaped the place with Kara and Alice, and we had that really long run sequence that was horrendously difficult, where we had to chase after an AI. We also had the crossing the road part with Kara and Alice, and that was horrendous. Not because of how difficult it was, more because of what it was, if that makes sense. It was just one of those things where it's not enjoyable to try and do that, knowing there's a child at risk. Even though they're not real, that doesn't kind of come into it in your head. It kind of just you try and, I don't know, it's weird. It's just really weird how this game plays with your mind. A good weird, though, admittedly. And for some reason, my thumbnail isn't updating, so bear me a second. We will be starting in a second. It's there. It's all good. We'll leave it as is. Right. Are we ready to make some decisions tonight, then? That's the big question. The schedule for next week is coming out tomorrow as planned. We are going ahead with what we talked about the other evening, where we're going to do 3 daytime streams of our main game, which currently is Forbidden West. 1 daytime stream of Genshin, and then 1 evening stream of our main game, Forbidden West, and 1 evening stream of Genshin as well. The daytime stream of Genshin, though, will have a later start time. If you look at the schedule tomorrow, it's a later start time. I've got an occupational health meeting first thing that's going to just filling out paperwork and stuff for the medical retirement. So it's a later start. I didn't want to cancel it completely. It'll still be a 3-hour stream. It'll just be a little bit later than normal. That's the plan going ahead. In other news, I have actually, if you're keeping track of the Watch Dogs series, I have finished it. Episode-wise, you won't have seen that yet. That'll be coming next couple of weeks. I'm a couple of weeks ahead. And incredible. I'm so looking forward to Watch Dogs 2, but I have got the DLC of Watch Dogs to do first, which obviously we'll do as episodic as we have been. So that will be continuing on before we start Watch Dogs 2. So yeah, in a couple of weeks you should see the ending, and I'll tell you something, the ending is incredible. It's been a really enjoyable game so far. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series as much as I am doing it. Okay, let's begin. Continue. I can't remember where we left off exactly. Sure, we're about to find out. One thing I've not done is actually check my sound. I normally do, and I haven't today. Cool. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's all good. It's all gravy. I think we just finished the previous mission, hadn't we? I think it wasn't far. Oh, we just found these guys in the ship. That was it, and that was horrendous. The one that screamed as it ran around was, yeah. There's parts of this that I'm enjoying, and there's parts I just think, wow.
Just like you. My name is Josh.
I'm Simon.
North.
Oh, well, okay. Your choices already, you guys. That didn't take long. So we've got 4 choices to ask them questions. So these are the people that we were told. The dying AI in the scrapyard told us Jericho. I think it was Jericho. Am I wrong in Jericho? Am I getting confused something else? I think it was Jericho. I'm doubting myself now. This downside to doing it every 2 weeks. I doubt myself. Without ruining the story, I just want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Yes, it was Jericho. Thought I'd check. Thank you for the like, that was much appreciated. So, we were told by the AI that was dying in the scrapyard, find Jericho. The AI in the police station, no, that didn't happen. It wasn't the police station because we're a different person actually at that point. But anyway, we have found Jericho. It is in it's this abandoned ship. And after the screaming as people are running around and all that stuff, and me nearly falling off a bridge that I didn't think would crumble, we have found them, and that's where we finished last time off. Good evening, Elisa. How are you? I'm not too bad, thank you. I own a few issues, but nothing that's going to affect the stream anyway. I just can't walk currently. My left foot just feels like it's broken, although it isn't. It's one of the weird things, but yeah, it's just not doing well at the minute. But it doesn't affect the stream. It doesn't affect me moving because I don't have to stand up, luckily. Right, decision time. These guys have introduced themselves. What are we saying first? Trail, Android, Jericho, Refuge. That's the 4 choices. To put them into context, they're all androids. I'm not sure what Trail would go towards. Jericho is obviously where we were told to look for people, AIs. Refuge is a safe harbour, I suppose, and this is what this place is meant to be, would be my guesstimate. But I don't know what Trail would be in terms of choice. Yeah, pain is worse. The new medication one isn't making a slight bit of difference, but to follow the new medication, it's meant to make me more drowsy. Currently, it's not, which is good. But the dosage is low, and every 7 days you increase it by an extra 100 milligrams a time. So I'm taking, decided on 300 milligrams a day, 100 milligrams 3 times a day, and then Friday evening, yesterday, we upped it to 200 milligrams 3 times a day, so 600. And then in 7 days, I've got to up it again. And yeah, currently it's not even touching anything. Nothing's touching anything at this point. So yeah, it is one of those things. It was always inevitable, I suppose. The pain in the foot will only ever get worse. I will have good days and bad days. It is just how it is, unfortunately. But yeah, well, if I don't walk, it's fine. Other than the pulsing and the pins and needles and all the other stuff, it's fine. It's when I walk on it, it causes massive issues. But I don't need to walk. It's all good. Right, Refuge, Crazy Irishman saying. Asking if this is a refuge. That's a good shout. Let's do that one.
I don't understand. I thought Jericho was a place where androids lived in freedom.
There we go.
Do live in freedom. It may not be what you hoped for, but here we have no master. We don't belong to anybody.
Interesting. So in a way, it was what you thought, Crazy Irishman. It was refuge, safe place, safe harbour. It is a refuge. They class themselves as free. They have no master. So, choices again. We have Trail, which I still don't quite understand what that is, other than maybe the trail that was left, the clues we had to solve to find here, possibly. Android is all of them. Jericho, which was the clue we were given, and free with a question mark. So they describe themselves as they're free. They have no master. So I'd assume that one's asking a bit more into that. You class yourself as free, but like you live in a ship, maybe. Some nerve pain meds take time to establish themselves. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, I completely get that. Yeah, no, I know they're going to take time. Do you know what I really want? I want the injections at this point. I'm just fed up, and I just want the injections because at least then they should help to a degree, even if it just takes the edge off. But yeah, I know the medication for the nerve pain will take time. That's why they have to build up the dose every 7 days. It's just frustrating. It's extremely frustrating, especially when you have a good day and then you have several bad. You kind of want that good day again. Trail might be stop talking and look for clues. That's not a bad shout. You're curious about free. You think choose free. I know the injections don't always work. I have been warned they don't. But if I have the injections and they don't work, they're hit and miss. There's an operation table. Okay, we'll talk about me for a minute, shall we? Instead of this for a second. Is operation table something to fix it more time? So, okay, the specialist I saw the other week, the current status is on the foot. They want to do injections in the spine and the foot. If they don't work, which is a chance, well, there's a good chance they won't, they want to implant a device in my spine that is like a TENS machine, so it will connect to the nerves and I can adjust it externally and change the frequency it's running at. I can't remember what it's called. It's some weird, I just describe it as a TENS machine, but actually implanted inside me in my spine. So that's currently their train of thought. I can't have an operation on the ankle because of CRPS. Any trauma to the ankle can make the CRPS worse, so they can't risk it. The deep nerve stimulation. Yeah, something like that. That's got to be after the injections, and I don't know how long after the injections they actually then assess whether it's helped or not. I don't know what that time frame is. The other thing they're talking about is putting a plate in my spine because of the spine not healing correctly or hasn't healed. I'm still in a massive amount of pain, not being able to sit up for a long period of time, can't bend properly, and all this stuff. So they're talking about a plate, but again, because it's all through the insurance, it takes forever because every decision has to go to the other side and have to agree to it. Which is why physio's been halted because the other side haven't agreed to more sessions, even though the physio says they're needed. It's just always waiting. They use it in Parkinson patients to help with symptoms. Oh, really? Oh, wow. The fracture in what? The fracture in the spine, there's two, the T7 and T11. And in the spine, yeah. So end plate fracture T7 and end plate fracture T11. No one had talked about a plate recently until the last specialist, and he's meant to be a spine specialist, and he was the one that said, right, I think that's what we need to look at. I was like, okay, didn't know anything about it. They did, yes. There is parts of it that is broken, damaged, torn, but that can't be fixed because they can't operate. So the Achilles is shortened. So when I try and walk, that burns like anything. That can't be fixed because I can't do anything there. Yeah, mid and low thoracic. I've damaged tendons and ligaments in the foot. I've ripped bits of bone off. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff internally in the ankle and foot, but there's nothing they can do because they can't operate. So even if they could get the CRPS under control, I will never gain full use of the foot because they can't fix all the stuff inside it. Some of it will mend itself to a degree, but it will always be weaker than it would have been. That's the problem, which is why the specialist I saw the other day also talked about going for moving house. They want me to look at, or they've got to recommend the insurance to look at, because not me personally, they've got to do it themselves. Moving to single story, because the likelihood of ever being able to do stairs confidently is very small, because I've just got no stability going down the stairs. But yeah, they were contemplating operation until they realised the CRPS is there and they can't touch it because it will just make things worse. And even if they got it under control, an operation they can make it flare and it will just be twice as bad. So they've just said it's not worth the risk. If the CRPS is always going to mean I've lost lateral movement anyway, fix it internally won't make any difference if I can't have that lateral movement. So there's no point going inside and making the CRPS worse when I'm actually not able to use it fully anyway, and probably won't ever be able to use it fully. So it's one of those. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't, aren't you? Don't you really? You got to try and, I suppose, stay positive in most ways. Weaker wouldn't be so bad, but the pain is horrendous. The lack of sleep, the pulsing, the feeling of pins and needles constantly around the toes. That's the worst part, I think. Just because I've had constant pain from the day of the accident to now, which is 17, 18 months later. I've not had a single day that's been pain free. And according to the physio, that may never happen. May never have a day that's pain free. So yeah, I just want to take the edge off more than anything else. But yeah, today's just one of those bad ones where any weight on that foot is horrendous. Laying down with it elevated, not so bad. It still pulses, which is normal, and I can, grit my teeth and deal with it. The weird thing is the big toe. So the big toe flickers on its own. It's really weird and really unnerving when you see it. You can't feel it doing it, but you can see it moving, and it's like, how the hell is that happening? Really weird. But there we go. It is what it is. We just try and keep our spirits high as best as possible. And yeah, just, there's nothing we can do. Nothing that's going to change anytime soon. It's all waiting on the insurances to agree to things and the other insurance to agree, yes, this treatment's needed or not, or they want a second opinion or all that good stuff. So yeah, it is what it is. I just try and stay as positive as possible. My other half's lovely. She helps where she can. Well, she does everything around the house because I can't. So it is just, moving forward and trying to be as normal as possible, essentially. But we'll get there. But no, thank you all for, the questions and stuff. I do appreciate it. And thank you for just, having a conversation. But back to the game anyway. So, what do we pick? I know a couple of you were saying before we started deviating on to me more than the game. 3 was the choice, wasn't it, I think? What you were saying about? Because it was Trail, Android, Jericho, or 3. I'm pretty sure you guys were talking about 3 being the... I know I say it weirdly. That being the question, wasn't it, I think? If I go back through chat. I think it was. Yeah, curious about 3. Let's ask 3 then, and see what happens.
And hiding just to stay alive, that's freedom to you?
Humans hate us. Hiding is the only way we can survive.
There is no safe place for those like us. If humans knew we were here, they'd kill us.
Okay. Well, we got the answer to 3, didn't we? Go 3, the other one, obviously, yeah. So they see themselves as free because no one knows they're there. That, they're kind of conscious of if the humans did find them, what would happen to them. They know they'd be killed. It's quite a weird thing to actually be conscious of that happening. So we're back to the 3 choices now. We've got Android, Jericho, or Trail. That's the 3. Now you think we ask about Jericho. We'll go with that. That's absolutely fine. So all we knew was Jericho was the key word. Lisa's coming in with androids. What do we So we now got 2 choices. Jericho androids. What do we think? Well, it's android, isn't it? Not androids. I don't know if that changes the question slightly because it's a singular, not a plural. So maybe that changes the question. Android, all we know is that's what they are. And Jericho was the key word we were given, possibly. So what do we think out of those 2? It's one of those weird ones. I like the way everyone's staying away from Trail. I still think Trail's the clues that were left, the trail that we were led on to get here, possibly. But yeah, choice between Android and Jericho then, looks like it. Curious about how they feel about it. Do you know what? Okay, let's go for Android first and then Jericho afterwards. About them, how they feel about themselves. Good point. Very good point. Okay, let's try Android first, and then if it comes back, we'll do Jericho after.
How many are you?
There are 19 of us still in working order. The rest were damaged escaping their masters.
Many tried to reach Jericho. Few succeed. Humans have little pity for our kind. I understand how you feel, but we have more freedom here than you ever did.
Okay, choices changed. So that was Android. Quite somber. You know, they kind of understand what they've been through, what they're going through. Do you remember they think that they are androids, they deserve freedom? I don't think it went that far, did it? It was more the fact that more going towards that freedom perspective, wasn't it? Really, they see themselves as free now without a master. The android bit didn't really kind of come into it as much as I thought it would, but they mentioned Jericho anyway, so that was interesting. So the choices have changed, so we can't go back and ask Jericho now. It may go back that way. What their mission statement is. It's a good point. They haven't actually talked about what they're going to do, other than they feel like they're living free because they have no master. What's their purpose? That's the weird thing, isn't it? So we've got 4 choices that have changed this time. Do they want abolition? Help others? That's a good shout, actually. What do they want? What is their purpose? Or just save themselves? Yeah, that's a good shout. So we have choices. Lost, somber, lucid, or direct. He didn't really ask a question, so I don't know if this is how we're feeling or how they're feeling. Because you can understand the character himself is going to be feeling lost. He lost his master that he really adored. He hurt the master's son accidentally. I say master, it's probably a bit of the wrong word, really. It was a pretty somber talk. It was, absolutely. So yeah, probably leaning towards somber then, aren't we? But I would think he would feel lost because, you know, he had a house he enjoyed, and then he hurt the guy's son. Then he was shot. He had to fix himself in a scrapyard, saw many AI die, and he's got nowhere. But then at the same time, you say somber. It was the kind of the way the conversation was going, wasn't it? Although lucid, he is awake. He knows what's going on around him to a degree. Obviously, he is not sure of this place, but he is quite lucid at the same time. And direct, is that more hostile, possibly? It did sound like a pretty somber talk. He understands what's happening. So lost or lucid? Yeah, it's a weird one. I would say he's lost. I would say the conversation has been somber, but I think he's aware of what is going on, so he's lucid. Direct's the only odd one out, really, isn't it? Yeah, he's completely aware of what's happened to him, isn't he? That's the thing. My only issue with the 4 choices, direct seems the wrong answer in a way, because it's more hostile, I would have said. But the choice is yours. What are we going for? Somber, lost, somber, lucid, or direct? We got a bit of what we got going on. So somber, lost, or lucid? Direct. Yeah, it does seem confrontational. Exactly. I kind of see that as the wrong choice in a way. It's a difficult one because the top 3 all make sense. Lucid might lean into some existential dread territory. Always fun, that. There is that. That's true. Existential dread territory. There is that point. That's a good shout. What do we think? The decision's you guys, so you know, you pick what you want to do. It's a difficult one. The 3 of them seem perfectly fine to say. Lucid now, I'm kind of not too sure about, but direct is definitely a no-no. I would have said it's confrontational, like you say. But decision yours. What do we think? You're leaning towards somber. Okay, interesting. How philosophical it is, isn't it? Yeah. Somber's not. I think somber's a good shout, just because the conversation was quite somber, which I said before the choices come up. Really. Should we try somber? And if he gives us another choice, we'll pick Lost or Lucid. Let's do that.
Maybe I was never really free.
Oh.
Maybe I was only what my master wanted me to be. And now, I need to decide who I really am.
You're lost. Just like the rest of us. We didn't ask for this. All we can do now is deal with it.
You're safe here. You can stay with us as long as you want.
Go and see Lucy. She might be able to help you.
Who's Lucy? I would say all three of the top three answers there were all done in one way there. They all seem to happen at once. There was Somber, which we picked. They were talking about being lost. And Lucid, he's aware. So I think three out of four were done in one answer, which is weird. So now we need to explore Jericho. We also need to find Lucy. But there is a fourth item there. They all have their blue rings. They haven't got rid of them, have they? That's a very good point. Whereas we've seen Clara, is it Kara? Kara, get rid of hers to fit in. They're not trying to fit in. They've kept their blue rings, which is interesting. Okay, there was a fourth option, but I'm assuming that's a conversation piece. We can start a fire. Okay, do we start a fire? Is there a reason they haven't already? It's a weird thing, isn't it? What do we got? They all just seem to be sat here. We can talk. Let's talk to this guy. He seems a bit beaten up.
I'm not in very good shape, am I?
I love the fact we've got mixed-matched eyes. Since we had to implant our own eye.
I don't think I would have anything good to say anyway.
What happened to you?
You don't think they need heat?
Tied me to
That's
the
not a bad shout, actually.
I think they wanted to have fun. I don't want to shut down. No, I don't want to shut down.
Wow. So whoever they were, tied him to a car, and he knows he's not in good shape. He knows that obviously he's damaged, but his diagnostics is off. But he also doesn't want to die. He doesn't want to be shut down. So that's self-awareness, isn't it? So they don't think they need heat. I would imagine they don't need warmth. That's a good point. Yeah, distress, because the ring's red. It's normally a quick sign, isn't it? What do we got over here? This person can't be talked to. I don't know who Lucy is. As we say, I don't think they need fire. I think you're right. Who's this person?
Humans are afraid of dying too. Do you know what happens after death?
We've kind of died once, to be fair, haven't we?
No, I don't.
Well, I'm about to find out. What's your name?
Marcus.
I was glad to meet you, Marcus.
And they're gone. Oh wow, okay. That's going to change the mood a little bit, isn't it? What have we got? There is a fire through here. I can't get the camera to turn, but there is a... There we go.
Are you Lucy?
Sit down.
Half her head's missing.
Show me. I'll stop the bleeding.
How did you know it was damaged? Thank you for the like, as much appreciated. Maybe we do need to start some fires.
Drink this. Give me your hand.
I'm curious how she survives.
You had it all, and you lost it all. You've seen hell, and now hell lives in you. Your heart is troubled. A part of shadow and a part of light. Which will prevail? Your choices will shape our destiny.
Oh wow. Nothing like coming on strong straight away, is there? Lucid Lucy, interesting wordplay if they're going with that meaning. That's a good shout. That's a good point. Lucid Lucy. We found Lucy. That's done. She's cheerful. Nothing like, you know, he's a bit all over the place. As you said, he's lost, he had it all. And yet she's now putting it on him that all his choices will decide their future. It just... If Lucy's like the original self-aware android, that's a good point. That's a very good point. That could be an interesting wordplay, actually. Okay. There is a fourth option that is locked currently. Can we talk? No? You gonna talk? I'm trying to explore. Just wonder if any of these guys are gonna talk. They're not. So what have we got? Obviously fires. We can... What's this? RA9. That was a code we've seen quite a few times, isn't it? Okay. Nothing else this way by the looks of things. I didn't realise I could actually change camera angle. That helps a little bit, actually. Open. What's in here? Crate already emptied. That's spare parts. Interesting. Cyberlife Warehouse and Docks, West Torrance Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Okay. We've now done the settling thing. Now we've got to propose a plan to Simon. I'm assuming the plan would be stealing more parts. Some of those androids look like they've escaped from some official... They do look like official workplaces. They're wearing uniforms, aren't they? They did say some of them got damaged, killed, shut down, trying to escape from their masters, essentially. It's all that slavery kind of talk, isn't it? Which is true. That's what they were, essentially. But then the humans didn't see that because they thought they weren't self-aware. You wonder if she chose her own name. That would be an interesting choice of words if she did. Okay. We need to propose a plan. I'm assuming the plan would be to go and steal spare parts to fix people. Would be my thinking. I think that's what it means.
Simon. I know where we can find spare parts.
There we go.
Cyberlife Warehouse is in the Detroit Harbor. They have everything we need.
The docks are guarded. We can't just walk in there and take what we want. Humans will never let us.
Which is why we won't ask permission.
We don't have any weapons. And even if we did, none of us knows how to fight.
We can steal what we need without fighting.
We'll just get ourselves killed.
Maybe. But it's better than waiting here to be shut down.
I'm with you.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's worth a try.
Currently, we're neutral but going up. We need to gain their trust then.
I'm in.
Okay, so only a small level by the looks of things. Let's have a look at what we missed and what we didn't do. We're inside Jericho. Currently, the public opinion is skeptical. That's to AI in general, I believe. And then Jericho, North, Josh, and Simon are all neutral. Hang on a second. So we know who Simon is. We know who Josh is. We know who North is. North is the lady we just saw a second ago that said she was in. Jericho, I'm assuming, is Lucy. That's what I'm assuming. So the choices we had 6 things we could have done while exploring. Talk to dying android, talk to damaged android. There was 5 things we could have done. We missed out 3 of them. I'm assuming one was light a fire, would be my assumption. In terms of the other 2, I'm not sure. There could have been other things we would have found. Talk to Lucy, check empty crate, and then we hatched a plan. You think Jericho is the community as a whole? Okay. That's a good point. I just wasn't sure if they were saying if Lucy was Jericho, but then Jericho's the place, so maybe you're right, community would probably be the right thing. Okay, well at least he's got a plan. Marcus has an idea, which Marcus is one of those that had it all, as Lucy told him. He had a guy who worked for that adored him, and he adored him as well. And he tried to treat him as human as possible, it seemed. So he has lost it all, and yet he's still willing to help others. I think that's an interesting character trait on Marcus's part. Right, let's see what's next. Right, it's Alice and Kara.
You gonna be okay?
No, we weren't given the option to speak to all of them, were we? That's the thing. So the community is neutral.
Here.
We'll get some help here.
Signus will all be just a bad memory.
So this is where they were told to go, weren't they, by the Dustman?
This is the place.
Although Kara's an android, Alice isn't. As long as there's no random screaming this time, it'd be okay. Obviously Alice needs to get out of the rain. Straight away she lets go of the hand, doesn't she? Ah, there we go. Ring the doorbell. They did escape from Connor, didn't they? Yes.
Are you Zlatko?
Who's asking?
I was told you could help us.
I don't know who told you that. You came to the wrong place. I'm sorry.
Wait! We really need your help.
Come in.
Trustworthy or not trustworthy? That's the thing.
Come on in. Don't be shy.
You wouldn't think she was an android, would you? First look at her. Look at the house there. Okay.
Luther, would you be so kind as to take these ladies' coats? Oh, don't be afraid of our big friend here. Luther is just another android that I helped.
He's the big guy.
He keeps me company in his big, empty old house. Please, make yourselves at home.
She must feel somewhat comfortable to take the jacket off, because then she's letting out on that she's an android again, where she did her best to hide that.
An android. On the street, he said you could help us.
I see. Deviant, huh? What about her?
What's in his hands?
She's human.
And you want to find a safe place. Somewhere you can start a new life.
He's got blue in his fingers.
Canada is very lovely at this time of year.
Good evening, Hober.
Beautiful
How are you?
landscapes, open spaces, clean air, and no android laws. Great place for a fresh start.
Yes, that's...
He's joking, isn't he?
Of course. Well, I can help you. But first, we have to get rid of your tracker.
Tracker?
Yeah. All androids are fitted with a tracking device to locate them at all times. I'll remove yours, and then you'll both be safe. Come on. Follow me.
Do we trust him? You can join in, Hober, though, and help make decisions.
No, she always stays with me.
Okay.
Right this way? Everything we need is in the basement.
Everything we need is in the basement. I'm not convinced either. It's not, you know, random guy. Everything we need to do is in the basement. Come on down. I suppose I've got no choice though to follow. This is dodgy written all over it. It does, doesn't it? And the fact that the big guy doesn't seem to say or anything. What? I can look at the bookcase. There's big bunches of books missing. Wouldn't say there's anything obvious though, other than things missing. History of painting, just in case any of that's important. I don't know if I want to stow. I suppose I've got no choice. We've got to go down the stairs, haven't we? But you're all in the same boat as I am. I kind of think this is not right.
I don't like this place. And that man. Let's go, I have a bad feeling.
Okay. Okay. Then this is going to be your time to shine, you guys. So, Alice has said she has a bad feeling. She doesn't trust the guy. Completely what you're all feeling at this point as well. Okay? Can you play Beyond Two Souls? I don't have Beyond Two Souls, I'm afraid. It's not on our current list of games we're working our way through, unfortunately. So no, it's not something I'll be playing anytime soon. We have a long list we're working our way through, so it'll be a while before we go into anything like that at the minute. Run, run, run from Lisa. Crazy Irishman says careful. Hober says comfort. So I would say Alice is obviously warning. She's got this feeling, which I completely agree with, and you guys are agreeing with it as well. So you've got careful, reassure, comfort, or no choice. So careful, would that be to Alice? We'll carry on, but let's be aware of what's happening, maybe. Reassure, you're reassuring Alice it's all going to be okay. Comfort Alice. And is no choice, we don't have a choice. But this is our only option kind of thing? I don't know. I'm kind of in two minds. I don't know. Do not comfort or reassure. No, I think comfort and reassure are probably bad choices. And don't make promises you can't keep. That's a good point. Yeah. It's which way do you guys want to play it, I think. If anything, careful or no choice are the two choices. Careful being, okay, we're aware this isn't right, but we need to see how it plays out. And no choice is more, we have no choice. There's nowhere else for us to go. Do you think, do you think no choice is different to what I think it is then? You think it's disregarding her feelings? Because if that's the way it sounds to you, then that's a different choice. Because I was taking it as telling her, look, we've got no choice. We have nowhere else to go. This is a one and only option. That was my kind of way. But actually, saying as in you've no choice is disregarding her feelings is a completely different viewpoint. But it's down to you guys. I think you're right. I think reassure and comfort are bad choices. I read it as we have no choice. That's the way I read it. You're going to just drag her along. Yeah, you could say no choice would be with dragging her along, I suppose. Hober's not sure. I think you're right. I think reassure and comfort are probably bad choices. So it's down to you guys what you want to do. I personally would say careful or no choice. You kind of need two options. We all had the same thought though, haven't we? Dodgy guy lets us in, takes their coats. Big, strong, silent guy stands watch. And now he wants us down in his basement. There's obviously something not right here, isn't there? As in we have no other choice. Yeah, so that was the way I was kind of looking at it, to be fair, was you have no other choice. I didn't see it as disregarding her feelings, but I think I took it as more as, I'm afraid we have no choice, there's nowhere else to go. That's the kind of way I looked at it. Lisa's thinking more careful. I agree, I think careful's your option, but it's down to you guys. Lisa's saying careful. What else are we saying? Or should we just go for careful? What do we think? But yeah, I'm completely in agreement. I think reassure and comfort are bad decisions. It's how you see and view no choice, I think. I think careful's a good one of trying to be cautious as well, you know. So it's kind of more understanding how she feels, I suppose. And saying, yeah, okay, we're in agreement. Let's see what happens, but be ready. Can we really beat the big guy if worst comes to worst? There's no option to walk away, unfortunately. We can't just run. So what do we think? At this point, if it was me, I'd be off. See you later. But we don't have that option. There's no other comments, then I believe we'll go for careful. I think it makes sense, to be fair, because there is no option to run. So careful is your next best thing, isn't it? There is a downside to careful, I suppose. You could take it as you would say to Alice, well, it's okay, we'll just be careful. But it's more wishy-washy, I suppose, in that respect. Okay, let's go for careful. And if we had the choice, I would have been out there ASAP. Yeah, there's no choice. No, I think careful's the right option. I think we'll see what happens. Yeah. Why do we have to make these really tough choices? Or you guys do. Okay, careful it is.
I know. I don't trust him either. We have to be careful.
Wow, she agrees. Yeah, we won't make promises we can't keep. She agrees with Alice. She doesn't trust him. That's really important. Do not go down the basement with weird guys. Yeah. So I like the fact she's agreeing with Alice. She hasn't dismissed her feelings. She agrees with her. She doesn't trust him. But we've got to see. At this point, who can she trust? That's the other option, isn't it? This is looking weirder and weirder by the minute. Okay. I've already had to run across a really busy road once. Can I walk backwards? I bet the big guy's going to stop me. I can't. Big guy's there. I guessed he would be. I really did. Okay. It looks like
Please
a bit.
Excuse the mess. I needed somewhere discreet for my machines. Removing trackers is illegal, so I opted for discretion over comfort. I hope the little one isn't too scared.
No, she'll be all right.
So I'm trying to look in the rooms, but it won't let me do anything. Oh, reassure. To be fair, the blue on his hands would be explained by removing chips. Would someone who was a bit of a weird guy... We've unlocked the option there. That's an option that's been unlocked by Alice looking in that room. Would someone who's out to do something really bad say to you, sorry about the mess? That's the other thing, isn't it? Come on, Alice.
If you could just stand over there.
Enter his machine. See, mangled androids run like hell. The big guy's there. Where? I don't know where the machine is. I'm trying to change the camera so I can actually see. Oh, I can't go that. I've got to go over here. Where's his machine? Am I being really silly? It wouldn't let me walk this way. Oh, okay, it will now. That's his machine. Big guy's got Alice. We're not getting out of this, are we? No, can't see another option at this point. There's wires here, so it kind of makes sense. Well,
I should warn you, this could be quite unpleasant.
He's either going to kill us, or he's not.
You know what's strange? For some unknown reason, the trackers seem to stop working in Deviants. That's why it's so hard to find them. So, actually, there's no reason to remove your tracker.
Oh no.
You said that...
Yeah, people believe what they want. You Deviants are so naive. They'll come to me expecting me to help them. And I just reset them, sell them on. Or I keep them for my little experiments.
No! No! I don't want to be reset! Let me go! Ah!
Oh, I forgot about the child. Lock it up. I'll deal with it later.
Alice! Alice, no!
Wow. A deviant that wants to be a mother. That's so sweet. And so deluded. I think it's time we put you out of your misery.
Is there anything we can do? It's on 1%. I'm just seeing if there's a way out of this. There's got to be something, surely.
That's what you get for having a dream.
It's got 4% reset.
It always ends up the same way. Tears and disillusionment. Believe me, you're better off being erased and feeling nothing. No more pain. No more hopes dashed. I almost envy you.
Kara!
Oh, poor little Alice. Oh, looks like Mommy doesn't remember you at all, huh? Looks like Mommy's completely forgotten you.
Kara, what happened to you?
Oh, all right, that's enough. Come on. You bit me.
Please give me the option to punch.
I'll teach you some manners, you little bitch.
Kara! Wake up, Kara!
Meet me in the living room.
You think he's sorry about the mess, shows he sees himself as a good guy. But that doesn't mean he can't be dangerous. I think you're absolutely right about being dangerous. Cause a short circuit. We can cause a short circuit with the bottle. Got to be quick because we're at 33%. I'm just seeing if there's any other options. Not by the looks of it. Can we cause a short circuit then? How do we do that? Ah, push. 58%. Can't see anything else to do. Short circuit's about the only thing I've got. Push. Can't pick anything up, can we? Oh, what's that? Blue cable. I take it that didn't work. It wouldn't let me do the green cable. Memory deleted. I couldn't escape. I tried everything to escape, but nothing would happen. Please, does that mean we reset? Who is that? Ah. She hasn't been completely reset, has she? Some of her memory is still there. Sir Zlatko. Yeah, some of her memory is still there. How much of it, though?
Help us.
Yeah. I've opened the cage.
Her memory.
No. This can't be happening.
You have to remember. For her sake.
He likes to play with us. Creating monsters. For his amusement. But who's the real monster? Look what he did to us. You must remember who you are. Otherwise the little one will die.
Right, how can we provoke her memories then? That's the big thing. Nothing in that one. So I don't, unless I'm wrong, I couldn't see a way or how to escape. It wouldn't let me do anything, unless I just wasn't quick enough. Can you go back? In terms of what? Back into the room we just came out of? Look at the things you messed up. That's true. That's a good shout. Let's have a look, see if we can. No, there's nowhere to walk. Maybe actually. Yes. Hang on. We can see the machines. That's our movement. So that's kind of as far as we can go. We can obviously look, but that's kind of it. If she sees a struggle, you'd think that'd coax some memory back, wouldn't you? Yeah, no, I agree with that. But looking at it, there's no way to see anything else. We had that flashback when we went past the first room, didn't we? So I don't think she's completely deleted. Interesting that he said as well, though, androids that have turned deviant can't be tracked. So if you think about the others, that would explain why they can't be tracked. Is there anything else to do in here? Okay, she won't go back in there now. Interesting. Nothing on this door. And we can look in here. And it's a guy, android missing an arm by the looks of things. It's kind of all we can look at. I don't think we've got much choice but to go upstairs. I'm hoping we can fight back. Maybe the books we looked at as we walked in. Yeah, look. We see ourselves. She knows she cut her own hair. The bookshelf, yes. She's definitely remembering. She's not. There's no memory though there. There's definitely no. There is an issue with the memory. We know there's something still there, isn't there? I would say. Right, we've got to meet him in the living room. I don't think we've got anywhere else we can. Oh, we've got to join him in the living room. That's just weird. Okay, we've got to join Luther. Ah, hang on. There's a picture. Well, we definitely came to the wrong house. That's kind of a given, isn't it? Can I look around before speaking?
Assa's dinner's ready. Take it up to him.
Yes, Luther.
Okay, we've got to take the dinner upstairs. I would assume as soon as we see him doing something nasty towards Alice, she'll react. That's kind of my thinking. I'm not sure where he's put her.
Just set it down on the table over there.
What's he working on? Oh, it's not Alice, that's alright then. Table. Can we see a table? No. Oh, this table. Where is Alice?
Get rid of that carcass. Take it next door.
Bitch took off her word. Fucking whore walked out on me for a fucking accountant!
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, Zlatko.
The memories are there. Key not found, food brought. Oh, okay. There was a key. According to that, we didn't find it.
Luther! Luther!
She's definitely having flashbacks. Her memory isn't gone.
I should be done here in 10 minutes or so. I'll have a look at the little one, see what I can do with it.
Understood, Zlatko.
Oh, we can open this door.
I'll bring you the little one in 10 minutes.
Little one in 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes. Oh wow, look at this. This is all parts. There's someone crawling along the floor. Who is the little girl? Remember. Okay. Is she in the cage? So I'm just trying to see where we can walk. Approach. Is that a bear? It's a little bit morbid, admittedly. That is a bear. Open cage. I kind of guessed it would, you know, not attack us. Right. Obviously we need to find Alice. We know that Alice is here somewhere. Is that the door we came in? It's not, is it? What have we got? That's to the corridor. That's observe. That's the drug that the guy, Alice's dad, was taking. That's more memories. Okay. What's in this room?
What are you doing here? Has the Master authorized you to be here? You must always obey the Master. Oh yes, you must always obey. You should not be here. You have no business here.
Well, we're not meant to be in here,
No,
according to that.
you have no business here. If you have no orders, you should go on standby. Oh yes.
I'm not a fan of that guy.
Yes, you must obey. Yes.
Nothing else in here by the looks of it.
You should not be here.
That's back to the corridor.
You should not be here unless you...
Right, we've got 10 minutes. And I don't know where we should be going.
I'm sorry. About the little one.
Why did he turn yellow? Okay. This won't help us now, but this is... We need to look at these just because they give us questions and stuff later on to talk about. So there's tensions in the Arctic. And how androids alter your brain. Talking to machines is changing the way we communicate. Well, we already know that about phones and things, don't we? So I suppose in a way it'd be true. Okay. The whole point of all the different rooms is I'm trying to find Alice. Currently, no luck. What's this room? Arms. And we've got, there was a timer in terms of what we could do. Alice. Alice in Wonderland. My name is Kara. She knows who she is. How do we save Alice? We gotta find Alice now. So she knows who she is. She remembers. Why would I check the fire? Possible weapon maybe later on. Turn on. No, I don't want to turn on TV. I want to find Alice. But yeah, Kara remembers. That's a different room. Found her.
Alice? Clara, you remember me?
How could I forget you?
Yeah, her walking has changed.
You were right. We never should have come. We have to go. Follow me and don't make any noise, okay?
So I was like, how are we getting out of there? We've released the bear. We've released the androids downstairs in the basement. Do you think she's more stealthy? Okay.
Luther!
Yes, Zlatko.
I'm finished here. Go fetch the little one.
Right away, Zlatko.
This way. Big room. In here. Hide. Okay. Where do we hide? Under the table?
Zlatko!
What?
The little one is gone!
Well, it can't have just disappeared. It's gotta be here somewhere. What are you waiting for? Go look!
He came in the room. I'm holding triangle down, I don't want to let go of it. Feels like he's in the room.
Luther! What the fuck are you doing? Come here!
Coming!
He's is there. Well, we can get the log now, I think. He's left the room. "50 seconds to escape."
Gotta get out before they find us.
So, okay. We've got 50 seconds to escape. Thanks for the like, that's much appreciated. Do we start a fire or do we put the log back? I can kind of guess what you're about to do. What you're about to say. But we've got a choice. Do we set a fire or do we put the log back? It came up, time was 50 seconds. So whatever we do, we've got to do it quick. Start a fire. That I kind of guess that's where we'd go with this. But that's why we couldn't take the log originally then. We can't carry it, but we can start a fire. Distraction, absolutely. Let's do that. I think start a fire. Out the door we came in. It's not enough, I know. We're hoping the bear helps. That's kind of what I'm hoping. I'm thinking fire, corridor, down the stairs and out. I think start the fire as well. Yeah, I'm thinking fire, door we came in, because Luther's gone through the other door. I'm hoping. Right, okay. Let's see how this plays out. It does have two doors, yes. One we just came in from the corridor, and the door that goes to the bathroom with the robot in there what's telling us, do you have authority to be here? Are you meant to be here? That guy in the bathtub is through the other door. That's kind of my thinking. Okay, I'm nervous. Let's see what happens.
He'll be here soon.
Flee. Oh no, he's got 3 doors. Corridor. I don't know if this is the right door. Bad decision. Bathroom. We're going this way. Bedroom.
There's smoke everywhere. Luther! There's a fucking fire! Luther!
7 seconds. I don't know if it's enough time. That wasn't the bathroom, was it? That's the bedroom. I don't know if we've got enough time. We're running. What was that? Which way? Stop. I paused it. We've got a choice. Open the front door or the back door. This is getting very hectic. Luther is literally on the stairs behind us. I think it might have been a gun he fired to break the stairs there. Where are we heading? Front door? Back door? I've got no idea if any of them are locked. Crazy Irishman is saying front door. Do we remember hearing a key being done in the front door? Yeah, I've got no idea either, Lisa. We'll go Crazy Irishman. He says front door. Let's do that one. I don't remember hearing him lock the door. Doesn't mean he hasn't. It might be locked. Yeah, the thing is, any of them could be locked, couldn't they? So we say, are we going to go front door then and just hope he hasn't locked it? To be fair, he had no reason to lock it because he thought he'd fooled us. Obviously, getting our memory back wasn't to be expected, was it? So since the choice was front door, back door, we closed the door exactly. Front door is unlocked. So we'll go front door then. No, it's locked. Going for the back door. I've got to press buttons at the right order at the right time. Run. Luther is walking after us.
Alice! Go, Alice!
No! I won't leave!
Go! Run as fast as you can!
He's got a gun. We're in trouble.
I warned you. Dreams always end in tears.
Luther's going to turn.
You should have listened to me.
Luther's going to turn.
Get out of my way. No. Not this time.
I said get out of my way or I'll
Yeah, it locked
shoot
automatically, didn't it? Wow.
Dare you?
And here's the others. We let these out, didn't we?
What are you doing? Who let you out?
We did. We let them all
Get
out.
away from me! Get away from me! Obey me! I'm your master! I'm your master!
I want to see the bear. Luther's got to come with us, surely.
I didn't want to hurt you. He programmed me to obey him. When I saw the little one risk her life to save you, it was like opening my eyes for the first time. Finally, I could see. I know you have no reason to trust me after what I did. But I know someone who could help you across the border. I could take you there. I could protect you. You and the little one.
All right,
We didn't have a choice on that.
I trust you.
But I agree. He got in the way. Yeah, absolutely. Saving the lives would be a reason to trust Luther, wouldn't it?
I was so scared of losing you.
It was that connection, though, between Alice and Kara that allowed her to regain her memory. He's got no reason to lie, has he now? Exactly. And the bear in the background, just, you know, nonchalantly walking along. Trophy achieved, escape the manor. Lots of choices in this one. We've missed a few things, definitely. Be interesting to see the choices other people made around the world as well. But let's start from the beginning. Okay. I really thought we'd made some really bad choices, like going there in the first place being the worst one of all. But actually, it turned out not as bad as I expected. When we were having our memory wiped, I was worried that I'd messed up and not pressed the right things as well. That's the other side. That's the other side of it. Sad that the robot is a better parent than an actual parent. Absolutely. That was why she took her away, though, because she knew she could, you know, the dad wasn't a good person for her to be around. Yeah, there's definitely that love and warmth, isn't there, towards her, which for an AI shouldn't be possible, if that makes sense. But at the same time, you're seeing these human emotions, human connections within AI. I think seeing Kara close the front probably lured us into false. Yeah, well, there was a thing popped up said didn't find the key. So I wonder if we could have found a key previously, and that would have allowed us out the front door. Luckily, I pressed the buttons on time. Every time there's quick button prompts, I'm really worried that I'm about to mess it up. But yes, so we looked for help. We found Zlatko's house. We had to do this. We followed Zlatko to the basement. Alice was attracted by odd noises. Didn't open any other options up, but that gave us that. Kara is being reset, so there was another chain. So we could have escaped. I must have messed up. I didn't think we could escape. I tried a few options. Nothing seemed to work. So I think I've messed that up. So if we'd managed to escape and not be reset, completely different timeline. In fact, the timeline would have gone straight to search the house for Alice. We would have missed everything else in the middle if we wasn't reset. Which I don't know if that's a good thing. If you're missing so much, would have had a different ending, I'm assuming. One of the big choices we made that was unlock something else was we freed the monsters. That was a big choice. By the looks of that, it was a right choice. We were reset. If you picked the right cable, maybe. Yes, we didn't have time to pick the other one, did we? That's a good point. It could have just been that wrong choice there. I just panicked and pressed the button. Hope for the best. Obey new master, go see Luther. Bring the trader Zlatko. We also, dropped the android torso. And then there's other options within that. We went into the bathroom. And the bathroom android is loud. But there was another option within that, which I didn't see. Thank you for the like for those, much appreciated. the monsters wouldn't have been freed. And they wouldn't have been. We wouldn't have learned about the androids either, no. So there's a few things we would have missed if we hadn't been reset. So it probably would have been a different outcome come the end. We'll have a look right at the end and see if it's a good outcome. I think it takes you to the middle, though. Straight to search Alice. So there'll be a few differences. But yeah, the bathroom android, there was something else to do in there, which I didn't spot and couldn't see. Storage room, we freed the bear. And then we explored the house to recover the memory. So we did 4 things in the house to recover a memory out of a possible 3, 6, 9, 11 things we could have done to recover a memory. We did 4 of them. Luckily, it was enough. Observe the monster's cell, recall Alice's book, recall Todd's red ice pipe, and recall changing appearance. I don't know where the other things were. Maybe shut the android up. That could have been it, actually, because the android in the bath is loud. It would have made sense, wouldn't it? Maybe I didn't get close enough. And then there were 2 things here. So if we fail to collect enough memories, I think you play it goes a different way. So we're stuck. If you notice the locked options above where we did, that would take us to a different end point. So we wouldn't have got our memory back, which would have been a complete different ending. And there's something else up here as well that we didn't didn't see. Again, would have been a different ending. But we did recollect enough memories. So we recovered our memory. And so this is where the one about not being reset comes into play, because this would have taken us straight to search the house for Alice. So we would have missed the bear, missed the androids. And there was 4 things to do while searching for Alice. We did 1 of 4. I can't believe we managed to get this right, considering we only did 1 of 4. We checked the fireplace embers. That was it. There was 3 other things we could have done while searching for Alice. We found her. Luther goes to collect. We entered the main room, so that was our only choice. We hid under the table. There was a second option to hide. I'm not sure what it was, but there was a second option. We set fire to the house, burning down the house. Normal options. We went into the bedroom here. So, looking at the way this works, we went into the bedroom. If we'd left the bedroom in a different direction other than the corridor, things would have changed dramatically. So, I don't know what the other 2 options above that was, but they were bathroom possibly would have been one of the rooms, wouldn't it? And I don't know what the other one was. Going back, maybe. There was a cupboard in the main room. That could have been the one to actually hide in, maybe. But we didn't. So I think one of them is bathroom. One of them is, I don't know. And we went to the corridor. And again, we didn't do quite a lot of these because we went in the corridor and we actually skipped a massive section because we then reached the stairs. So all these things here would have been a different story, essentially, if we hadn't gone straight for the stairs. But I think 2 choices would have been dead ends and maybe game over, bad things happen kind of thing. I don't know what this would have been. Maybe different ways to escape, hides. You know, some of them have an actual end, which doesn't look good. The light gun would have alerted the bad guys, exactly. Unless we'd done the previous one, which we had missed, which is to do something to the loud android, possibly. There's lots of different things you can play from this. Big choice moment there, which obviously we didn't get, and there's some endings here which obviously aren't what we just had. So I'm guessing bad endings, but I don't know. We reach the stairs, we escape to the yard, he catches up. Okay, so if we hadn't released the monsters, there was something else would have happened once he caught up. But the monsters ambush Zlatko. Now I'm fully aware that I can't pronounce monsters properly. Just in case someone notices it. I've said it a few times because that's what it says. And then Luther joins Carl and Alice. So there was quite a bit. If you look at this slightly zoomed out, we missed a few things in the house, but in a good way. There's a few bad endings by the looks of it there that we avoided. Brilliant. We didn't need to search many places for Alice. We found her pretty quickly, I would say, looking at that. And then our escape plan was very straightforward. There's a few more bad endings, so it could have gone badly wrong. And obviously, if the monsters hadn't come out to ambush him, something else would have happened, but I'm assuming that is the best ending. Luther joins Kara and Alice. My assumption is that is the best ending. I can't see any of the others being as good at ending as that, to be fair. But you never know. That's it. Thanks for the like, Adores. Much appreciated. One thing I will say, let's see. 94% of people had the monsters ambush Zlatko. 97% of people had Luther join Kara and Alice. So 97% of people got what looks like the best ending. Maybe you could have escaped without Luther too. There is that option, I suppose. One of these options could have been escape without Luther. That's a good point. Just because there are other options doesn't mean they're always bad. So it could have still been a good option for you and Alice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we don't know what these other options would be, do we? So they could have been, they escape themselves, Luther stays behind. But 97% of people got this ending, which is interesting. I'm saying it's the good ending, like you say, not necessarily. That's interesting there. So 63% went into the bedroom. Only 17% of people set fire to the house. Going straight for the back door. Could have been a different ending, exactly. That's a good shout, yeah. That's not a bad shout. But yeah, 17% of people set fire to the house. That's low. Would mean you escape without Luther. We went out the back door eventually anyway, but yes, if we'd gone straight that way, we probably would have outrun him, maybe. But I'm amazed at how few people burnt down the house. And how few people went straight through the corridor. 63% went in the bedroom, but only 43% went straight to the corridor. I always love looking at the stats because you just don't know. 98% of people found Alice, which is interesting. 54% recovered their memory. That's quite low. Only 54% recovered their whole memory. That's really low, isn't it, really? I want to know how many people escaped without being reset. That's the one I'm interested in. Where are we? Oh, 54% of people were reset. 97% freed the monsters. 57% freed the bear. Quite a few people found the android being loud. So yeah, lots of different choices. I think we got a decent ending. Alice is alive, Kara is alive, and Luther's joined us. But that was one hell of a story, wasn't it? Okay, we've still got another half an hour. We've got plenty of time. We've got a bit more than half an hour. It's actually 10 to 11. But about 40 minutes. So let's see who we're joining next. We've done... I can't remember what his name is now. We've done Marcus, and we've now done Kara. I wonder if we'll get another mission with Connor. But well done, you guys. The fact we succeeded. It is Connor indeed. Okay, and Connor is back in the garden. We were here previously. He's not going to go anywhere other than path, is he? The bear could have moved Zlatko. Yeah, maybe there was a different thing we could have done with the bear, where the bear attacked him in the house, possibly. Yeah, there's lots of different ways of looking at it, isn't there? Which I find really interesting. The fact you can do so many different options. We can always go back once we finish everything. There's always a chance of going back and changing the choices just to see what differences there are. I don't know what this is. We didn't explore the garden last time I was here. He seemed a bit weirded out by that, didn't he? But we were here previously. We were here to speak to a lady, weren't we? Can't for the life of me think what her name is, though. But she was the one who told us that we were working with the detective. And there was a reason to everything that we're doing. I kind of want to walk across there because it looks really weird. Oh, it's not so weird. It looks weird, but it doesn't. I was expecting to move, but it didn't. Anything else to do in here? It's weird that he's carrying an umbrella, isn't it? Can't go in the boat. I thought I'd try. But yeah, there's lots of different options. Like I say, hopefully, once we're done, and if you guys are interested, we can then go and try different options once we've finished everything else. We also need to start thinking. I know I've got a few things people have given me in terms of what we could do next after this. If you have any ideas, let us know in the chat or on Discord or whatever. What kind of similar game to this can we do next? There's a few ideas been given to me already. I need to look them up a little bit and research them. The Telltale series people are saying a lot about as well. But yeah, let me know what you think once we finish Detroit. But again, we can still explore options.
Connor, I've been expecting you. Would you mind a little walk?
So I think that says Amanda trusts us. I trusted. Now I'm pretty sure she's Android.
That deviant seemed to be an intriguing case.
But I don't know.
Didn't manage to capture it.
Oh, we lost points with Amanda because we didn't capture Kara. Heavy Rain is a good one for alternative decisions. Oh, really? Okay. I've heard of Heavy Rain. I've not played it, though. I'll add that to the list of ones I need to look at and see what options we have. So we lost points with Amanda because we let Kara escape. So how do we answer that? Are we pragmatic? Do we explain? Or do we... Is that make... No excuse. I thought it was make an excuse. No excuse. So if you don't remember, it was the previous stream. We were chasing them, and they crossed the road. It was horrendous to do. And I think we had a chance of going after them. And it wasn't just us that made the decision to not go after them. The detective also said, "Don't do it," as if he cared in a way. You played the Game of Thrones Telltale game, but it wasn't very good. Oh, really? Oh, okay. I don't know how choice-based they are either. I've just heard about them. I've not done much. I've not looked at them or anything like that. I've just heard about them, but I didn't know how choice-based they are. Right, we're going for pragmatic, are we? For allowing the deviant to escape. Let's do that then.
I agree. I may not be suited for this investigation. Maybe you should consider replacing me.
Oh, brownie points for Amanda.
Did you manage to learn anything?
They can cross the road really quickly. Okay. We have some issues. So, there are 4 choices, and 2 of them are locked. So there are 2 things in previous missions with Connor that we haven't found out for whatever reason. It could be something simple we'd missed, something we didn't read. And she's asking us, what did we find out? So we have got, I'm trying to see what that actually says. Signs on walls is unlocked because we found that. Or birds. Now I'm trying to think, when did birds... Oh, it was the pigeons, weren't it? In the pigeon loft, where the deviant we chased after was. Oh, that's a good point. Is Amanda talking about Kara escaping, or is she talking about the deviant that we chased through the fields? That's the other thing, because there was a second one, and we saved the detective's life rather than catching the deviant. So it's not just Kara we've kind of let escape. It was the other deviant as well. Although we gained brownie points from Amanda by being pragmatic, so that was a good decision. Signs on the wall says Crazy Irishman. Don't rat out the other androids, though. That's a good point. Does that change your decision making, though? Does it make you think don't say signs on the wall? Because signs on the wall is very blasé. It's very... It's not being specific, is it? And the birds thing, I don't think is that big a deal. I don't know. I know we found a lot of pigeons in the room and stuff, but... So what are we doing? Signs on wall. We didn't let Kara escape. Hank stopped us. We didn't quite let him escape, admittedly. Although I think, but if the choice had come, we probably would have done, wouldn't we? That's the thing. But Hank did stop us. It was the second one where we saved Hank rather than stopping the deviant. Roles reversed. You know, he saved us essentially, but not by stopping us. So what are we going for? Signs on walls or birds? That's the question. I know Crazy Irishman has said the wall paintings led to Jericho. Yes and no. They didn't just on their own. You needed other information. Jericho, the name Jericho came about from the dead androids in the scrapyard. And the symbols on the wall we only got from other clues. Connor has no clue about any of that. Signs on walls he's on about with the RA9, I believe. Like I said, don't rat out the other androids. Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? We don't want to mess the other androids out. Rat out. I know what you meant. Don't eat out the other androids. I knew what you meant. So go with birds then. Yeah, the wall paintings I think are all RA9. That's the only thing we've really seen on walls with Connor. It was different with Marcus, but then we had different clues because of different things. So we're going birds then. Trying to keep the other androids safe. He's talking about different symbols, yes. He's talking about the RA9 writing on all the walls, rather than the symbols Marcus used to find Jericho. So they are two different things. So are we going birds or are we going signs on walls? I know you're worried about ratting out the other androids. Birds is probably a safer option, I suppose. But then we have unlocked signs on walls. I don't know if that sways anything. What do we think? I don't. Do we think she's an android? I do. But what do you guys think? I think she's, because the way she talks, her demeanor, the way she acts. Yeah, I could be completely wrong, and that's just how she is. The RA9 does show up in Marcus' story as well. It does. Don't lead anyone to. No, well, Connor doesn't know about the sanctuary. He doesn't know where it is. He doesn't. I don't think he's even heard the name Jericho yet. All we've heard is RA9. She's removed her blue ring. I got the idea she was an android. I don't know for sure though. You think she's removed her blue ring though? Possibly to fit in more as a human. Right. Decision time. As if she's an android, she must have removed it. I did question myself when I thought she was an android, but there's no blue ring. I did question it in my head. But it's just too many mannerisms that make me think she is. So, decision time. Signs on walls or birds? Obviously, we've locked two options away. Lisa's saying signs. Complete role reverse now. You've gone back to signs now. Thing is, she trusts us, or we trust her. So, to some degree, we have to be honest, I suppose. We need that trust is still there. She's the one that put us on this case with Hank. She's the one that's put us in this position. And there's obviously a reason for that. That's the thing. We unlocked it, ask it. But I think that's a good point. If you unlock an option, it's probably best to ask it because you wouldn't have the opportunity otherwise. I can't see that being that bad a thing. So, okay, let's do signs on walls.
The walls of the apartment were covered with drawings of labyrinths and other symbols. Like the other deviants, it seemed obsessed with RA9.
What else?
I can't give you the choice because we don't have any other options. So RA9 was mentioned, there were symbols about labyrinths and stuff, but it's birds is next, there is no other option. It does mean we've missed two things somewhere along the line that would have given us more information. So we may lose some brownie points here.
It was fascinated by birds. We've seen deviants interested in other life forms, like insects or pets. But nothing like this.
You came very close to capturing that deviant.
You know what she's about to say.
How is your relationship with the Lieutenant developing?
Okay. I knew that was coming, just by the way she started saying it. We came very close to catching the deviant, but we didn't, because we saved Hank. And that's interesting, because the options are saving Hank, negative, ambiguous, or positive. So this is in terms of our relationship with Lieutenant, with Hank. Do we be honest and tell her the truth? We saved him over capturing the deviant. Birds often represent freedom in fiction. Hang on, let me just catch up. I've kind of missed a comment from Lisa. At first, I thought the signs led straight to Jericho. That risk would be too high. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I can understand that point of view, to be fair. Yeah, they could have easily be that clue we didn't realise was such a big clue. But interesting that birds often represent freedom within fiction. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Very interesting. Saving Hank would be admitting you let the deviant go. Yes, it would. I suppose it's honesty. But she's asking us how our relationship is with Hank as well. Whereas so our relationship with Hank, we saved him. So that would be talking about, I suppose, I'm only guessing, but how our relationship with Hank is because we saved him. Is a relationship negative? Is it ambiguous? Or is it positive? Hank is the option to go for. I don't think necessarily it's admitting, it is admitting letting the deviant go, but at the same time, we're meant to, we're meant to understand Hank, and aren't we? We're meant to get him on side, and that does that as well. Saving Hank has led to a positive relationship. It has done, admittedly. I think Lisa's right. I think we should try saving Hank. Again, it's a locked one we've unlocked because we saved him. So we wouldn't have that option if we hadn't saved him. So I think it's probably worth the go. So I think we'll go with Lisa's option of saving Hank and see how she takes it. This could be really bad, but we'll see. I don't think it will be. I don't know. I'm in two minds.
He seemed grateful that I saved his life on the roof. He didn't say anything, but he expressed it in his own way.
We don't have much time. Deviancy continues to spread. It's only a matter of time before the media finds out about it.
So I'm pausing just to read the chat. So saving humans is one of the most important rules in AI robotics. That's a good point. Part of their processing is to save human life above all else, isn't it? So actually saving Hank isn't a bad thing. And she took it as I kind of expect. I didn't expect. I was kind of on the fence. But she took it in the way that we saved him. And that's made our relationship positive. So I think that was a good answer. Now she's worried about running out of time.
We need to stop this. Whatever it takes.
I will solve this investigation, Amanda. I won't disappoint you.
A new case just came in. Find Anderson and investigate it.
We have a new case. Preserve human life, that's the one. Is she android? Is she not? I still can't decide if she is or not. Do actor. Do not act to harm humans. Do not let inaction cause harm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, do not act to harm humans. I knew what you meant. Okay, we'll look for Lieutenant Anderson. This is his house, I'm assuming.
Lieutenant Anderson! Anybody home?
Find a way inside. Do we get to break into a house then? I'm being a little bit more careful with what we look at, because obviously in the house there was a few options we didn't pick up on. So I wanted, I think I need to be a bit more careful maybe. Right, there's nothing in the car. That's his outside light. No breaking into his garage. Can't go over his fence. Is that... I don't know if this is his next door or not. No, we can't go that way. Okay, the answer's that then. Yeah, I think, like you say, exactly. I think I think we made the right decisions, really, in terms of what we said. Right, there's nothing to the left that I can see. We're finding our way in. Other window. That's a dog. It's wagging its tail. That's all I can kind of see in there. Anything in the rubbish? I actually hadn't thought of that. That's a good shout, actually. The more information we have, the better. We're meant to find him. And he won't answer the door. That's the only thing I can think of. Okay, there's no options with the rubbish. Yeah, he won't answer the door to knocking on the bell ringing. So we've got to find a way in. I don't know if we can say, are we breaking in? Or are we just checking on his safety? Possibly. Oh. Maybe we do need to break in this. He is unconscious.
Easy, Sumo. I'm your friend. See? I know your name. I'm here to save your owner.
Drunk. I'd probably go drunk as well, to be fair. The dog didn't attack, at least. It wasn't the nicest, clearest parkour jump through the window, was it? Right, can we check on Hank then? It's got to be drink, hasn't it? Right, 4 clues. We have the Scotch whiskey called Black Lamb. It's 40% alcohol. That's pretty strong stuff then. There's a gun. It's a .357 Magnum revolver with 1 bullet remaining. I don't think he shot himself. That's sick, I would assume. That's his heart. Slight arrhythmia, no signs of trauma. And then I don't think he shot. There's no blood. He hasn't shot himself, has he? Traces of alcohol, Scotch whiskey, 40% alcohol content. He's drunk.
Lieutenant.
Ephilic coma suspected. Slap him. There we go.
Wake up, Lieutenant. It's me, Connor.
Yeah, at least we had a reason to break in, didn't we?
I'm going to sober you up for your own safety. I have to warn you.
Leave me alone.
This may be unpleasant.
Yeah, definitely trace the bath on the shirt.
Get the fuck out of my house.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but I need you.
He wants us out. We're saying no.
Thanks for your cooperation.
Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Right, where's the bathroom?
Sumo! Attack! Attack!
Sumo's doing a good job of attacking.
Fuck, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Well, I think you already have been, to be fair.
Oh, leave me alone, you asshole. I'm not going anywhere.
Cold shower?
What the hell are you doing? I don't want a bath. Thank you.
Sorry, Lieutenant. It's for your own good.
I'm really liking Connor, just because of this.
What the fuck are you doing here?
A homicide was reported 43 minutes ago. I couldn't find you at Jimmy's bar, so I came to see if you were at home.
Jesus, I must be the only cop in the world that gets assaulted in his own house by his own fucking android. Can't you just leave me alone?
Okay. We do have a choice moment. We need to pick a decision. Can we not just leave him alone, was what Hank's last words were. Do we want to respond rationally, with rational? Do we want to be aggressive? Do we want to offer a solution, or do we want to be pragmatic? I will say this is probably the funniest bit we've seen so far. Chucking Hank in the bath, cold water, sober up, done. And yet the same question gets asked, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And Connor's reaction to, well, I went to the bar, you weren't there. You think he's suicidal. Tread carefully. That's a good... I didn't actually click on that. Obviously, the gun was there. He's drunk. It's got one bullet in it. There is that possible. I didn't even think. That's a very good point. Solution. You think we should go for a solution? Aggressive may not be a good option. No, I think you're right. Aggressive may not be. Yeah, there was one bullet in there, wasn't there? So he could have been playing Russian roulette with himself, which in itself is, like you say, suicidal. So that's a bit of a dodgy one. Aggressive wouldn't be a good answer then. So Lisa's thinking rational. Crazy Irishman is saying solution. I think you're right. I think aggressive needs to be ruled out. Pragmatic. I know it worked with Amanda, but do we want to rationalise or do we want to offer him a solution? That's the choices. I know Crazy Irishman said solution first. I think anything other than aggressive is probably going to be okay, in theory. Let's go with Crazy Irishman's answer since it was first of solution and see where that leads us. I can't think of a bad way that can go, but you just never know, do you? That's the thing. They don't see solutions either, especially in that headspace. Well, that's taken a different train of thought. You mean if he's suicidal, he won't see a solution? I get your point. Is solution the right answer then? Pragmatic. It works for Amanda. A clear directive. It's a good point, to be fair, isn't it? Pragmatic might be the better option. Because that's what he needs. In this state, he's still going to be drunk. Or a cold shower may sober up to a degree, but it's still there. So you don't want to give him anything he can... Yeah, you can't give him any way to wiggle out of anything. You've got to be direct and clear if he's still under the influence. Good point, Lisa. Do you mean that he's still drunk? I think that's what Lisa's meaning. That pragmatic might be a better option because obviously he is still drunk. A quick shower won't sober you up. That's the thing. You'll still be drunk to a degree. It just wakes you up a lot more. You actually mean thinking about the bullet. That's a good shout, actually. The bullet is still the option, isn't it? Because that's still there. It happened. So I think pragmatic, even if it's not the suicidal side of things, but if he's still drunk, pragmatic might be the way forward. So let's go with Lisa's choice of pragmatic and just see. Like I said, I think aggressive is out there. I think solution is probably wrong. Again, for the same reason, if he's still drunk or suicidal, he's not going to accept any kind of solution. So pragmatic might be the way forward. And can you really rationalise with someone who's either suicidal or drunk? Probably not. So we'll go with Lisa's option of pragmatic. Everyone seems to be changing their minds as they're going along. I like the fact that you guys all in the chat, you make your comment and then someone else says something else. It's like, oh yeah, good point. Let's think about it this way instead. Right, let's go pragmatic and see what happens.
Maybe you should drop the case. They'll assign someone else, and I can focus on my mission.
Your goddamn mission, that's all you care about, huh?
Listen, Lieutenant, you're not yourself. You should...
Beat it, you hear me? Get the hell out of here!
He's definitely still drunk. Right. We have two options, and I don't know what the best option out of these is. So he's not pleased, he's drunk, can't even stand up on his own. Pragmatic may have still been the good answer, I don't know. But we can either tease him, or we can leave. It's kind of cut and dry, isn't it? Tease or leave. I can't see how he's going to tease him. But unless that's the way of staying in the house with him. I don't know. And obviously leaving, is that giving up on him, in a way? Crazy Irishman, you'd leave? It's yeah. There's no yes. I don't think there's no right or wrong in this one. You leave because he wants you to leave. You don't want to leave. That's the thing. Connor doesn't want to leave. That's why we're there in the first place. But you don't think provoking him would help. Does teasing have to be provoking though? If we left him, we're not fulfilling the mission. We're not finding what happened at the homicide. We're not doing any of that, are we? That's the thing. You think that's what Hank would see teasing as? I see your point, absolutely. I think he could see teasing as provoking. But can teasing also be a way to get Hank to actually focus as well? Thinking about how Hank has been with us. And do we really want to leave him? We need him at this state, don't we? We need him at the investigation. We need him, as our partner in a sense. I just wonder if leaving's giving up. But yeah, I get the drunken state and the teasing could be seen as bad. Teaser will not be my best option, but might work out well. He seems to enjoy the banter. He does. We've had a few moments. Let's put it that way. I don't know what's right and wrong. Crazy Irishman has now turned around and try and tease him. You think teasing him? See, yeah, I agree. Teasing him normally wouldn't be a decision I would do. But in this instance, it might be the right way forward. Because we don't want to leave him. That's the problem. We need him. Good evening, Mr. Mayor Plays. How are you? How are things? Okay. I think by the looks of it, we're going to try and tease him, aren't we? Fingers crossed he doesn't turn us and, put us in the tub instead of him. Let's see. So it plays it as out. I don't think we'd get to the investigation of him. No, I think that's the thing. We need him, don't we, for the investigation? That's the thing. So we definitely need to tease him to actually stay in the house at least. Leaving may not actually be leaving the house. I don't know. Right, we'll go for tease. Glad you're good, Mr. Mayor Plays. Good.
I understand. It probably wasn't interesting anyway. A man found dead in a sex club downtown. Guess they'll have to solve the case without us.
Probably wouldn't do me any harm to get some air. Some clothes in the bedroom there.
I'll go get them. So
the tease wasn't the tease that we kind of anticipated, was it? He's about to pull out his Glock. No, that was left in the kitchen. We've already that he left on the floor. We didn't pick it up. Where we got to find some clothes, don't we? There we go. But interesting. That wasn't the tease I was expecting.
What do you want to wear?
Whatever.
Do we want to? Well, you guys get to decide what he wears. Do we go hippie, stripy, or streaky? It was more reverse psychology, wasn't it? So it wasn't your normal everyday tease. That I think he would have reacted badly to. It was more that reverse psychology. So I think it's good we stood our ground a little bit. I think it worked out well. Right. Come on then. Votes. Come on, get your votes in. Hippie, stripy, or streaky. I love the fact that you can actually pick what he wears. He's going to be unhappy, I think, whatever we pick. Crazy Irishman, his vote has gone for streaky. That's the one on the right. Give him the most ugly and uncomfortable clothes. Trust bro, he won't complain. Lisa's gone for hippie. We got one for hippie and one for streaky. Mr. Mayor Plays. Pick an option. Don't pick stripy. You've either got to pick happy or streaky. Sorry, hippie or streaky. Don't pick stripy and see it as a freeway. Hipster clothes hippie. Right, perfect. So we're going to go hippie. Breaks the tie. 2-1. That's going to be hilarious, isn't it? Is there anything to do as well in here? My only thinking is, obviously, the more information we have at all times, the better for us. I don't think there is there? But yeah, hippie was. He's gonna look silly. Right, I don't think there's any options to do in there other than get his clothes. Now he's over the sink. Toilet.
Are you alright, Lieutenant?
Soak his clothes in water. We've already done that to him. Put the shower on. Try and sober him up a bit.
Just, give me 5 minutes, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, that's not nice. Right, we're waiting for Hank. We need to learn more about Hank while waiting. So what can we learn about Hank from his living room?
Withdraw from the Arctic region immediately. The Kremlin has yet to
He's got some music pictures.
This is clearly a new escalation in the
Jazz,
conflict.
possibly?
Many experts are suggesting
He's not dead. He's just very, very hungover. We obviously know Sumo the dog. Oh, it's a big dog, isn't it? Not too sure the breed. So I think it's jazz music pictures. I think. Can you look at the post-it notes in the mirror? Good shout. That's bathroom, wasn't it? No, he's in the bathroom, so we can't. I don't think. Because he's in there. Unless there's any in the kitchen. Same Bernard. Yeah, I couldn't think what it was. Computer? There's actually not very much to look at that I've seen so far. Obviously jazz pictures. Why are you not walking? Look for pictures that you're still invested in your dead significant other child theory. It's a good point. We know something happened to him when it comes to androids, don't we? We just don't know what. Right, we've got all the food on the table. He's obviously eating for one. Is that a picture? Can I look at the picture? We've got the picture here. What is that? That's a boy. Deceased. Cole Anderson. Born 23rd of the 9th, 2029. I missed the last bit of that date. Ding, ding, ding. Absolutely. I missed the last bit of that date, annoyingly. We can examine the gun. I didn't catch how old the boy was. That was the only thing I was. Right. We've picked up the pistol, the revolver. Are we going to question Hank on it or not say anything about it? That's the next choice. Do we question him on the revolver and it was next to him as he was comatose in his drunken stupor? Or do we say nothing? But yeah, ding ding ding, Lisa. Looks like you're pretty much spot on with your child theory. And this is finding out what happened, isn't it now? He's doing Russian roulette, don't question. That's what I said when we first found it, to be honest, when he was still in his drunken stupor on the floor. So don't question him. While he's still drunk, and maybe in that headspace, it's probably the best option. You think it's a tough choice, Lisa? Yeah, I saw your answer, Mr. Madplace. I think Mr. Madplace might be correct. I think say nothing. In the state he's in, do we really want to question him? I know it's tough. We want to try and get his mindset, but at the same time, while he's in that mindset, do you want to make it worse? You would say nothing as well. Crazy Irishman agrees. Let's do say nothing then. Oh, Hank has suicidal tendencies is now an option. And Hank is ready. Would Hank respond to an android questioning things? Yeah, probably not.
I won't be long.
He doesn't always answer a question straightforward, does he? Yeah, say nothing I think is the best option. I don't think he'd respond to a person asking, to be fair. Right. That was probably the last mission we're going to get done. We've got like 5 minutes. So let's have a look at what we did or didn't do, and then we will be ending shortly. So in the Zen Garden, there wasn't much else to do. Hank is a friend, which is interesting up there. Amanda is trusted, but Hank is a friend. Software instability, we don't know. Ignore. We're 76% completed, so we did miss a few things. Join Amanda, we did that. Arrive at Hank's place, and when we were looking at Hank's place, two things we didn't do, interestingly. I don't know if he would respond to the android though. He's kind of sometimes when he's in a good mood, he'll answer questions. But when he's not in the mood, he won't. He point blank doesn't answer anything. Sumo is cute. Sumo is quite a cool dog. I love that kind of dog. Big dogs. So we rang the bell. We checked the car. We checked the bedroom window. We checked the front living room window, and we knocked on the door. I thought we did everything we could find. There was obviously two things we could have done differently, or extra things we could have done to find him. Essentially, the only important one there really was the fact we found him in the kitchen. Is essentially the only one that's the important one. So spot Hank can break in. He didn't seem keen on chatting. No, his drunken stupor. We've just chucked him in the shower. I don't think his next reaction will be, let's have a little chat. But you never know. So we entered the house. We were horrendous diving through the window. The dog attacks. Nothing really happened. We calmed the dog. I don't remember pressing a button to calm the dog, or did I? But there was another option. So we calmed Hank's dog, and there was an option we didn't do. Sometimes it's easier to talk to someone who you think won't care or judge you. That's a different side of looking at it, isn't it? As an android, would an android judge a human? They can't, can they, essentially? They're just taking information. So, in a way, would he open up to an android that won't judge him? They're going to have the same human reactions. It's a weird one, isn't it? We knew Sumo's name. So without his name, yes, we did call the dog by his name. Without his name, something else would have happened there. I'm not sure what, because it still goes to the same timeline. It's not changing at this point. We analysed Hank. We took him to the bathroom. We were distant with Hank at this point. We could have gone a different way. We were a little bit distant. I'm not sure what the other one would have been, essentially. Direct, maybe. We could have took 3 shirts. We take the hippie shirt. That's fine. And there were things we could have found. So we found the picture of Hank's son. That will probably open up a conversation later, won't it? I would assume, because that's an unlocked. We learnt Hank's interest. I'm assuming jazz music, and we petted the dog. There is a bottom option that we didn't find, and 2 up the top, but they all lead, by the looks of things, into Hank is ready. So I wonder if we asked him about the gun, would that have been another option here? Maybe if we'd questioned him about it, that would have been one of those 3, I think. Hank is ready, and we left for the Eden Club. So yeah, possibly the revolver could have been one of these 3 options. Whether that's a good or bad thing, we don't know. But we now also have this issue where we wonder if Hank is suicidal, which is a whole new ball game. Is there anything that would have made a massive difference? I'm assuming the majority of people calmed the dog. 89% calmed Hank's dog. So 89% of people knew the name of the dog. Only 53% of people checked the car. 52% the bedroom window. 90% the front living room. That was the only choice there. 64% were distant. Okay, onto the shirts. We're going to go with the fashion show. I think we'll know we've found the gun. Yeah, he'll know we've found it. Guaranteed. It was next to him. Either that or he's going to think he's got his gun on him in a minute and he won't have it. There's always that option. So, fashion parade time. The least picked shirt was the stripy shirt. The middle picked shirt was the hippie shirt. 39% picked the hippie. And, which makes, hang on, that makes no sense. 40%, so only just winning it, take the streaky shirt. So stripy shirt, no one's interested. Well, not as many anyway. But the percentages don't add up. There's a missing 1%. Where's that 1% disappeared to? 90% of people found the picture. That's interesting. Yeah, there's 1% missing, isn't there? Which is a bit weird. But yeah, 90% of people found the picture, and that's all our choices. I've got to press continue, and then I'm going to come out of it. So bear me a second, because we are up for today, I'm afraid. It will save after we've just done the Hank thing, so we don't know what's happening next, admittedly. It could be rounded down, actually. That's a good point. It could have been rounded down, couldn't it? But yeah, unfortunately, we're out of time for today. While I do this, she's going to be talking and freaking me out as normal. Another fantastic stream. I still need to find a decent name for this. I know I called it Subscribers Special, but it's just a weird name for it. I know. I just can't get my head around what else it could call it. So what have we done with Marcus? He has found Jericho. We have spoken to Lucy, who reckons we're the saviour of them, or what choices Marcus makes will decide the fate of androids. Kara and Alice, they had a bit of a journey to forget about. We ended up in a creepy guy's house who offered to remove our tracker. We didn't realise, obviously, as a deviant, your tracker doesn't work. And nearly ended up having Alice killed and a memory reset. We managed to get it back, managed to free Alice, and we gained a new friend in Luther, who put himself between the gun and us, which is something different.
Detroit is, we hope for better things.
And then on to Connor. Connor visited Amanda, talked about our relation with Hank, and we have found Hank in a drunken stupor on the floor with a gun by his head. Not shot, luckily. And Lisa, perfectly spot on with the significant other or child theory. We have found a picture of a dead child, who we believe is Hank's. I would assume it is. The picture's in his house. But we don't know anything more than that at the minute. So I think we're getting there. I think we've got, I don't know how many chapters this has got. I don't know how much more there is to go. I'm assuming quite a bit, because story-wise, obviously there's a few things we know. We know that androids are becoming deviant, or what they're being called is deviant. They're becoming a lot more self-aware. They're having a lot of human emotions within their programming, which is unexpected. And we've got the human response to the deviants, and the android is very skeptical in a lot of senses. So I still feel like there's a long way to go, because obviously the public perception can change. I'm assuming it can change. And we haven't really learned a lot about why they go deviant.
I mean, I thought
obviously the characters we've seen, their reasoning is normally abuse or abuse of someone else. In Kara and Alice's case, in Marcus's case, it was abuse. This guy, the son, pushed Marcus because he was jealous, I suppose, and that kind of stuff, and Marcus pushed back. And Connor's instability, we don't know which way he's going yet. We keep seeing that his software is unstable, but we don't know, is he going to go down the deviant route, or is he going to go, straight-laced? It's one of those weird ones. I'm not sure which way he's going to go. Luther wasn't abused. Well, we don't know the past, do we, with Luther? He was experimented on. That's kind of all we really know. Oh, good point. He changed.
I hope you're okay today.
So that broke his programming.
Sometimes things can be
because he saw Alice's love for Kara.
For you. That's
a good point. So seeing the love of a human to an android kind of pulled him out. Oh, he had seen a load of abuse. That's a good shout, actually. He'd seen a load of abuse and hadn't changed anything, but it was seeing Alice's love for Kara that made him break his programming. So yeah, he could witness all this horrific stuff going on to other androids. All the androids torturing the most. Exactly. So he could witness all of that, but it took a little girl's love for Kara to actually break him, essentially. All Luther has had is servitude. There is that. So it's his only way of living, isn't it? Only way he knows how. And witnessing abuse, absolutely. But interesting how Alice's love for Kara changed his viewpoint, broke his programming, made him turn deviant. It's the first time we've seen that cause that, if that makes sense. Obviously, we've seen that with Kara, doesn't we, as well? It wasn't necessarily abuse that brought Kara through to being a deviant. It was knowing that Alice was in trouble. That was what made Kara break through the barrier, was knowing Alice was in trouble. So that was his only previous perception of humans. That's a good point, actually. So yeah, I'll take all that back. So Kara went deviant because she knew Alice was in trouble, so she's protecting Alice. Luther went deviant because he saw Alice loved Kara. And Marcus went deviant because his master's son went to abuse him, essentially. And we've had several other deviant who murdered the guy with the stab wounds. He was abused beyond repair to a degree, so he lashed out. So there's lots of different reasons. So there's not one overriding reason to why they are going deviant. Maybe there's just lots of different things going on, and we don't quite understand them all at this point. But it's very interesting. You know, the emotional side of it, how the androids in Jericho know that, you know, they think they're free, they believe they're free, they're not serving anyone, they don't have a master, but at the same time they also know if they are seen or found, they're dead. And the ones that are injured and damaged don't want to die, they want to live. You think it's experiencing human emotions? Yeah, it is that. I suppose it's that. The human emotions aren't meant to be in the androids, are they? But somehow they're in there, and when that emotion breaks through, it seems to then make them deviant. So it takes a strong emotion to break the programming. Love, anger, hurt, distress, fear. Exactly. More that emotions is not exclusively human. That's a good point. Yeah, no, they're not exclusively human. But yeah, very interesting story so far. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. You guys have done fantastic with the choices. There were some tough ones. And I really honestly thought that we were going to die. Kara was going to die in the house. I did really honestly think, when we're in the yard, he's got the gun. I said out loud, Luther's going to stand in the way. But there's always that thing in the back of your mind that you think, we've messed this up. We're done. And luckily it didn't. But yeah, incredible. So, I'm going to have to finish. Time is cracking on. Thank you all very much for joining us. You've all been amazing as always. Thank you for the choices. As always, thank you for the likes, the views, the comments, and the conversation. We are back live Monday morning with more Horizon Forbidden West. The full schedule video for next week goes live tomorrow afternoon, 1 PM GMT. That is tomorrow afternoon. And obviously, this is every fortnight we do this, so next Saturday it won't be on, and then the following Saturday will be. So every fortnight is the aim for the subscriber special. Horizon, we are nearly finished. I say that, we've got 75% done. We've still got a fair bit of lots of running around and things to finish off. Maybe this week, I don't know. Our heads up as well for not this week, coming the following week. It is half term in the UK again. I know they've only just gone back to school after Easter holidays, but they have a week off. So we're going to lose daytime streams for the week after next. But I'll try and bump up some of the evening streams to make up for it. I think we might even be in transition from Horizon to Assassin's Creed Rogue anyway, so we might be able to make that work as best as possible. We'll sort out closer to the time. But yeah, have a look at the scheduled video for tomorrow afternoon to see what's going on next week. As I say, 2 Genshin Impact streams next week and 4 Horizon streams, I believe it is. And that's it. That is us done for this evening. Thank you very much, Lisa. Have a good evening. Crazy Irishman, pleasure as always. Hopefully you'll catch some more Horizon next week. Hopefully, Lisa. Hopefully. Right, that is us done. Thank you all very much. Once again, thanks for the likes, the comments, the views, the conversation. Yeah, 2 weeks' time. I'm looking forward to continuing this. There's so much more I want to know, but we have to wait, I'm afraid. But that is it. Thank you all very much. Enjoy your afternoon, your morning, or your evening, wherever you are. We'll see you in the stream very soon, I'm sure. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.
I hope you're okay today.